Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today we are watching Vipersocks in the Belfast, the Tier 7 premium British cruiser. He is on the map Trident in an Epicenter game mode. And well, it's a Tier 8 battle, there is only one carrier around, there is only one destroyer around. And there is also myself. I'm in this battle as well, and a short period of this battle will be from my perspective. Now, Vipersocks has been a long-term subscriber to my channel. He has a small YouTube channel as well. I will put a link to that in the video description. And yeah, so let's get started with this battle. Now, I'm personally not yet sure what the perfect plan is for the Epicenter game mode. You obviously want to control the center. If you have somebody in the center, you capture all 3 points at the same time or prevent the enemy from doing so. And usually you might have destroyers there. There is this one big island that we can see here on the minimap, and usually you have on both sides of this maybe a destroyer or somebody sitting preventing the capture of this point. And when you, well, the only way to kind of get the enemies out of the center is to secure one flank. It's probably not wise to have ships too spread out on both flanks. There isn't really any point in pushing towards like the enemy spawn or something. You just want to take control of the center, and I think it's important that you focus on the center and maybe one flank. Now, Vipersocks here has moved to a position where he is somewhere at the back and waiting to support the team. In a cruiser you can't really push in. The Belfast is a rather squishy ship, and while Belfast does come with smoke, yeah, well, it only gets you 2 circles. British smoke is a bit different. And you need an exit strategy, right? You can't just go in there, puff smoke, and then, well, when the smoke is gone, you need a way to escape and to survive. Now here, Vipersocks has this island, basically as an exit strategy, and he isn't that far ahead. The Belfast has decent camo, so he will use his smoke here to get some fires started at the enemies. And if the smoke goes away and he is still spotted, he has this island here as cover. Now the Belfast is a great destroyer killer, but there is only one enemy destroyer, so there isn't that much use for him to push right in there. Unfortunately, our team lost that destroyer. Now I myself, I'm going here in the center cap circle, because nobody else does, and I will hold position behind this island and then wait what my team's up to and look how I can support them best. Our team is a bit spread out here, but we have a lot of ships here inside the cap circles, which I think is a good idea. We don't have a large presence here on the right flank, but I don't think that's needed. Our main battleship force is around here, and it looks like they are being aggressive. Now, if we can push here a bit farther ahead, and if we can secure the other side of this island, then we could secure the center cap, which would give us a great advantage. And yeah, meanwhile Vipersocks is just here blazing away and setting ships on fire. We can see our battleship fleet is going in here, and I have decided to join them. Because if we can get a push going here, I'm willing to commit to that. And I saw that a lot of our battleships moved this way. I decided to follow them. And yeah, this is where we will jump to my perspective. And here I am, joining the assault. We have friendly Gneisenau leading the charge, who is unfortunately, well, no, he's doing fine. Those torpedoes missed him, but there might be more coming this way. And yep, there are additional torpedoes, so it's not looking good for our lead here. But I decided to join our force. Now, unfortunately, we lost the Gneisenau, but we still have myself and Amagi and a Bayern. We do have cruiser support, and that's kind of how you want it to be. The battleships in the front, the cruisers in the back, providing supporting fire. And I'm trying to get the shots off at this Nuremberg. Unfortunately, my rear battery hit the mountain, and that wasn't a very good hit. Now, I also considering using my torpedoes against this North Carolina. If this North Carolina is pushing further against us, then maybe I can score a torpedo hit there. I'm Not perfectly angled here, but Germans do have rather great armor. And my secondaries are opening up here. The Anarchy is turning around right now, which is unfortunate because it means I probably can't push any further. I think the Bayern has stopped moving or is already reversing. So those cruisers might be coming in to support me, but I've just taken a huge hit and I'm not in a good position to continue this push here. Now I should also be shooting this Nagato, so my target selection here is pretty bad. Shooting in North Carolina is not really a good idea, considered how he's angled. I really should ignore him and find a better target. So, big mistake on my part here. But the Anarchy has now left us. He is going here behind this island, so he can't even shoot the enemies anymore. So not only has he retreated with actually, yeah, almost full health, but yeah, he can't even provide fire support anymore. Now the Bayern and myself, we don't think we can really push in there. We have no idea how many of those cruisers would follow us, and we have to be careful that we don't push out of support range of our friendly cruisers here. So I'm basically reversing and hoping that this island will help me mitigate some of the damage. And you know, I still have repairs left. If I survive this, I can just repair back up and then join the fighting again. So right now I'm just continuing to reverse here and still continue to shoot the North Carolina. Now North Carolina is rather low and I want to set him on fire, which, well, I've just succeeded with that. So hopefully we can take out the North Carolina rather soon. It will remove some very dangerous guns from the battle. And yeah, there was an airstrike. I got rid of the fire rather quickly. My health are too low. I can't just sit there and wait until more fires start. And there is another fire going at the enemy, so that's great. And I have a repair again. Now here we can also see Vipersocks in the Belfast. He is still more or less at this position and he is, well, he is supporting our team and shooting, I think, at a battleship over there. But the enemy North Carolina is still kicking, unfortunately, is still rather well angled, and all we can hope for is to continue to burn him. Now, unfortunately, I myself am burning. It's a while until the next repair is ready, but the fire is almost out again. And I should probably try to get into better cover. But this friendly Bayern is kind of blocking my way behind this left island, so I had to reverse quite a bit. Now the Bayern is moving forward again. And I'll start moving forward and use this big island as a little bit of cover, try to get some more hit points back, and then probably go more towards a center position. Try to get some shots at the ships left of me and angle against those ships. If I have cover from the ships in front of me, then I can angle against the ships left of me, which is rather important considering my low health. Well, there is a Miyoko coming around here at the right side of the island, but I think the Bayern can take her. He is at very low health. I'm trying to finish off this Bismarck. Will remove some more powerful guns from the game, and that worked quite fine. The Miyoko is almost down. There are probably torpedoes in the water here, so hopefully the Bayern can dodge them. And well, my secondaries are opening up. My turrets are turning towards the Miyoko, but he's probably down with exactly. And yeah, I've made it in relative safety of this island, and now I can, well, prepare to shoot more enemies. Unfortunately, there is an airstrike incoming, and I'm also considering ambushing this Bayern with my torpedoes. If this Bayern is actually pushing around this island, then I will get a good salvo off with my torpedoes. Now, unfortunately, those planes managed one torpedo. I was pretty close to this island, but he managed to sneak a drop in here. And that took a lot of health from me. And yeah, now I'm trying to ambush this Bayern. And we will jump back. Now here we are back with the Belfast. And yeah, you can see me explode here. I wanted to ambush the Bayern when he came around the island with my torpedoes, but it didn't work out. I got destroyed before that. I probably should have stayed further back and maybe waited for another repair to be ready. So it's not looking that good for our team. We have basically... yeah, we have a small force here on the left flank. We have a cruiser who is hunting down the enemy carrier. And yeah, well, hopefully he will at least accomplish that. And Vipersocks is here following the friendly Bayern. The Bayern is leading the push and Vipersocks is behind that to help. He is using his radar here to spot the enemy Belfast who is hiding in smoke. And he switched to armor piercing because, well, it's a broadside Belfast. This should result in some juicy armor piercing hits. And indeed there are, well, okay, there is one citadel. Hopefully there are more to come. And unfortunately, the duration of the radar is already over. Now, Vipersocks is hiding in his own smoke here, and he doesn't want to push ahead. If he drives out of this smoke, he will get spotted and shot at by the enemy Belfast. And there it is, the enemy Belfast is visible again, and hopefully together with the Bayern they can make short work of her. Now the Belfast doesn't have torpedoes, so at least there is that. The battleship doesn't have to be afraid here, and we can see a big salvo. The Belfast is very lightly armored. Now there is an airstrike incoming, but the Bayern has some very good anti-air. And the Belfast is helping out a little bit. Now the Belfast will usually not use any consumables that help the anti-air capabilities, but the Belfast does have like hydroacoustic search and radar, so Belfast is really great at hunting destroyers and countering smoke. Now unfortunately there is a pretty healthy Bayern around here. The Nagato is on very low health, but I don't think anybody is challenging her currently. And yeah, the friendly battleship went down. Now Vipersocks is in a bad spot. The Bayern can pretty much destroy him in one salvo if he isn't careful. So he is trying to set this Bayern on fire. But it will take him a long time to burn down this Bayern. His smoke is on cooldown, so he has to get out of here. The Belfast isn't a particularly fast ship. And there isn't a lot of support. I mean, there is one other cruiser around, and it looks like the Bayern has decided that there is a better target. The enemy Nagato got taken out, so it's looking rather decent for the friendly team again. Also, I might like to point out at this point, if you see the guns firing when they aren't fully turned, this is a known replay bug. Don't worry about it. And there is the enemy destroyer, who is surprisingly still alive. Now once again he is using his radar, so this Bliskavica has no place to hide. And well, his dispersion isn't great so far, but hopefully they can take out this destroyer. Fortunately the other cruiser down here got taken out. The only friendly cruiser around is not in a very helpful position currently. Now the carrier just started a drop at the Bayern, which means the Bayern will hopefully get hit and is a little bit occupied right now, because the Bayern is the greatest threat to Vipersocks at this point. And this Bliskavica, yes, he he has run himself into ground, so the Blitzkrieg should be an easy target right now. And there is a handy island now between Vipersocks and the Bayern, so he hopefully can shoot the Blitzkrieg by staying safe here. Now, this island is also blocking some of his shots, which isn't that great, but this destroyer should go down shortly. And yes. So only the enemy carrier and the battleship are remaining. Vipersocks is on rather low health, he is still burning, his repair isn't ready yet. And there looks to be an airstrike incoming, so not the best of situations. The friendly cruiser here is catching up, so they really need to pull their firepower. The Bayern is probably flooding or burning. And maybe they can get her this way. It's looking good. So maybe they will just win by staying out of line of sight. And down goes the Bayern. The friendly cruiser managed to get himself sunk, unfortunately, but the Bayern is down, so all is well, I guess. Now only the enemy carrier remains. Well, that being said, Vipersocks is on dangerously low health and could be taken out by a strike from the carrier. And, well, the friendly carrier is probably at full health and for... Oh, there is the enemy carrier. But Vipersocks is capturing now, and if they control all 3 capture points, they should be pretty good. Also, there is an airstrike going for the enemy carrier right now. The enemy carrier is burning, and there doesn't seem to be any strike craft in the air, so in 1 or 2 salvos this game should be won. Let's take a look at the results. Vipersocks managed to get 3,256 base experience, and certainly well played by him. I myself, I earned 1,721 base experience. So yeah, not that glorious a battle for me, but it was a fun battle. And yeah, I made some mistakes. I didn't have the best target selection, and maybe I was a bit too aggressive. Unfortunately, the push that I wanted to join didn't work out, and it was a not so well executed retreat, I guess. But Vipersocks had a fantastic game. He was in the back line and supporting the team, as light cruiser should do. And yeah, it was a win. Now this is Vipersocks' victory screen. I don't have my own, I didn't screenshot it at the time because it wasn't really that a remarkable battle. Now Vipersocks managed to do 137,000 points of damage. He scored over 300 hits, and he got himself Swither and Confederate. And he showed a little bit of the Belfast. Now at the time I didn't notice that he was in the battle, so we didn't really actually coordinate or anything. But it was a lucky coincidence, and I got 2 replays, so I got to show you a little bit more action while he was in the back line, and I'm hoping you enjoyed this one. It was a fun battle. And I'll see you guys next time.